Hey guys, so I know that the menstrual cycle is a little bit of a difficult thing to grasp, so I decided to make a video about it. So here we have the brain, here we have the female reproductive system, and I'm going to kind of take you through the process of the menstrual cycle for each phase. So we'll start with the follicular phase. So the follicular phase is the very first phase of the menstrual cycle. And during this phase, all hormones are pretty low. So that means estrogen is low. And if estrogen is low, the hypothalamus will tell the pituitary gland to release a hormone. And that hormone is FSH, or follicle stimulating hormone. Now, what the FSH does is it will tell the ovary to start maturing the egg. So inside the ovary, we have this thing called a follicle. So I'll draw in the follicle. So basically we have this follicle that has an egg inside. And the egg is immature. So what happens is the follicle stimulating hormone will tell the follicle to tell the egg to mature. So ultimately what we get is a follicle with a mature egg inside. So this is now our mature egg. So I'll redraw this to show you that the egg is now mature. And so now that that egg is mature, what's going to happen is that follicle will say, okay, we have the egg, it's mature, now what, pituitary gland? So what the follicle does is it will send back a hormone called estrogen. Estrogen. So follicle stimulating hormone, that came from the pituitary and was sent to the follicle. The follicle, once the egg is mature, sends back estrogen to say, okay, we are done. And in that same process, the estrogen also goes towards the wall, the uterine wall, so the wall of the uterus. And that estrogen is going to tell that wall to start thickening. Why does that wall need to start thickening? Well, because once the egg is fertilized, it will need some place to kind of embed itself. So therefore, this wall needs to be kind of thick so that when the egg is fertilized, it can embed itself into the wall and ultimately develop into a baby and get those nutrients from that nice, thick, blood-rich wall. So that is essentially the follicular phase. And I'll make sure that both sides of the uterus, both walls, have gotten kind of thick. So again, this is the end of the follicular phase.